China Inside: How Chinese electric vehicle technology is reshaping global auto design. The global auto industry is going through a massive transformation. At the center of this change is China. For years, China was seen mainly as a manufacturing hub, producing cars and parts for other markets. But today, China has become the source of innovation in electric vehicles. Automakers around the world, from Germany to the United States, are now turning to Chinese technology to design, power, and speed up the creation of their own electric cars. This is what many experts are now calling the rise of China Inside. Why global automakers need Chinese technology. Traditional automakers in Europe, America, and Japan face one major challenge: developing electric vehicles quickly and at low cost. Electric vehicle development is expensive, requires long testing cycles, and often demands expertise in batteries, software, and advanced driver assistance systems. Chinese companies, however, have spent years perfecting these elements. This is why brands like Audi, Volkswagen, Renault, and Ford are now working closely with Chinese partners to use their platforms, batteries, and software. By doing so, they can reduce costs, save time, and stay competitive. The wake-up call for Audi. A good example of this shift is Audi's response to the launch of the Zeekr 001 in 2021. This Chinese electric car offered long range, modern design, and advanced technology at an impressive price. For Audi executives, it was a shock. They realized they could not compete unless they embraced Chinese innovation. As a result, Audi worked with its Chinese partner SAIC to create the Audi E5 Sportback in just 18 months. The model relies heavily on Chinese technology, from batteries to software, and is priced at around $33,000, making it competitive in the fast-moving Chinese market. Toyota, Volkswagen, and Renault joined the race. Audi is not alone. Toyota has partnered with GAC in China, while Volkswagen is working with Xpeng to develop electric vehicle platforms. Renault took an even earlier step by launching the low-cost Dacia Spring in Europe using a Chinese platform from Dongfeng. Renault is now going further by creating the next-generation Twingo electric car with the help of Launch Design, a Chinese engineering firm. This shows that China Inside is no longer just about cars for the Chinese market. It is shaping products meant for Europe and other global regions as well. Ford's search for a Chinese partner. Even American automaker Ford has been exploring Chinese electric vehicle technology. Reports suggest that Ford is looking for a partner in China to provide ready-to-use platforms. Ford CEO has also been seen testing Chinese models, including Xiaomi's SU7 sedan, and has praised their innovation. If Ford proceeds, it would join a growing list of global brands that use Chinese expertise to speed up their own electric vehicle programs. Why Chinese platforms are attractive. So why are these global companies choosing to work with Chinese partners? The main reason is speed and cost efficiency. Developing an electric car from scratch can take years and billions of dollars. By using a ready-made Chinese chassis and software, automakers can save time and money while still offering quality vehicles. Experts compare this model to the Intel Inside campaign of the 1990s, where Intel's processors powered most computers, turning them into reliable, premium products. Today, China Inside is playing the same role for electric cars. The win-win situation. The partnership is not just helpful for global automakers. Chinese companies also benefit from these deals. The domestic Chinese market is facing a price war, with companies cutting costs to stay ahead of one another. By licensing their technology to foreign partners, Chinese firms gain new revenue sources and expand their influence overseas. This win-win situation allows both sides to thrive in a fast-changing market. Challenges of legacy automakers. One reason why Chinese companies have pulled ahead is that traditional automakers often struggle to update their technology quickly. Large organizations like Volkswagen or Toyota have complex structures that make it hard to adapt fast. By using Chinese platforms, they can add agility to their process. Chinese firms, inspired by Tesla, have created modular platforms that reduce costs, speed up design, and make software updates easier. This flexibility has become a major strength. The role of battery giants like CATL. Another key player in this story is CATL, the Chinese battery leader. CATL has not only supplied batteries to global automakers but also started licensing its technology. For example, Ford has worked with CATL on a battery plant. CATL recently introduced its Bedrock chassis, a system that lets consumers shape what their electric vehicle looks like. This concept challenges the traditional idea that only automakers decide car design. Instead, it empowers customers and smaller companies to enter the market more easily. Global expansion of Chinese electric vehicle tech. China's influence is spreading beyond Europe and the United States. In the Middle East, Abu Dhabi-based CYVN Holdings has used NIO's chassis and software to create its own premium electric vehicle brand. Interestingly, CYVN also purchased the luxury British carmaker McLaren, showing how Chinese technology can be the backbone for new global ventures. These collaborations demonstrate that Chinese innovation is not limited to domestic brands but is shaping international strategies. Chinese electric vehicle technology is not just reshaping car design, it is also driving a revolution in artificial intelligence for automobiles. Many Chinese electric vehicle platforms come equipped with advanced AI-powered features, including smart driver assistance, predictive maintenance, and adaptive infotainment systems that learn from user behavior. Companies like Xpeng and NIO are integrating AI to improve battery management, optimize energy efficiency, and even enable autonomous driving capabilities. By combining modular electric vehicle platforms with cutting-edge artificial intelligence, Chinese automakers are creating cars that can not only move efficiently but also think, adapt, and enhance the overall driving experience. This integration of AI into electric vehicles gives global automakers a powerful tool to accelerate innovation and deliver smarter, safer, and more personalized cars to consumers. Concerns about dependence. While there are clear benefits to adopting Chinese technology, some experts warn about the risks of becoming too dependent. Former Aston Martin CEO Andy Palmer has argued that relying too much on third-party technology could reduce an automaker to being just a retailer, without strong identity or innovation of its own. This raises important questions. Can automakers keep their unique brand values while using Chinese platforms? Or will cars around the world start looking and feeling too similar? The question of differentiation. Analysts like Marco Santino from Oliver Wyman suggest that automakers must blend their own technology with Chinese platforms to protect their brand image. Using outside technology is efficient, but without unique features, brands risk losing what makes them special. For companies like Audi, Renault, or Ford, the challenge is not only to launch electric vehicles quickly but also to ensure these cars remain recognizable and competitive in the long term. How consumers benefit. From the perspective of consumers, the rise of China inside may be a positive trend. It means more choice, lower prices, and faster innovation. Instead of waiting years for a new model, customers may see affordable electric vehicles arriving in showrooms much sooner. Competition also drives better quality and new features, as companies fight to win buyers. Could this lead to a new golden era for affordable electric cars? That is a question many in the industry are asking today. A shift in global power. This story is about more than cars. It represents a shift in global technological power. For decades, Europe, Japan, and the United States led auto design. Now China is leading in electric vehicles, setting standards that others must follow. The China Inside trend shows how influence and technology can move quickly in a globalized world. It also shows how collaboration, even between competitors, can shape industries in unexpected ways. Conclusion: what the future holds. The future of the auto industry is still being written. Will Chinese platforms remain central to global car design, or will Western automakers eventually catch up with their own innovations? What seems clear is that Chinese technology has already reshaped the way the world builds electric vehicles. From Audi's fast-track Sportback to Renault's affordable Spring, the evidence is everywhere. As the industry races forward, the phrase "China Inside" may one day be as familiar to drivers as Intel Inside was to computer buyers. For consumers, it means more options and faster progress. For automakers, it means balancing speed with identity. And for the world, it shows how China has become not just the factory, but the brain of the electric vehicle revolution.